the human body, the human mind. And what happens is we end up becoming our worst enemy and wanting to blame everybody else for our problems.
That I can believe.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. But then I started realizing I'm in control of my own energy. It's not your thoughts, it's your energy. Because we're spiritual having a human moment, not human having a spiritual moment. So what happens is our bodies die, but we never die. We move on. You most definitely give me, your third eye is most definitely blocked because you're giving me a massive headache.
I'm sorry.
But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just because I'm a healer, I can sense your pain. So you're most definitely, you are your worst enemy. Doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means that you have taken so much of neglect, pain, forgetfulness, you feel like you're forgotten, to a point where you're now actually becoming the hermit. And then when you're out, you would still expect to have recognition, basically. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that make sense? Resonate with you? Okay. All right. So, my name is Lorie Johnson. How do you do? So, what we really believe that we are holding on to, we have habits of collecting stuff, and it gets on our nerves. We forget to throw it away or sell it. Horton, I'm talking about you, honey. So I'm telling you, I see all our habits are a sign of something. Most definitely, you're most definitely an empath in a minute. You're most definitely intuitive. But the intuitive of you, because I'm not going to judge nobody. I'm not doing this. You let go of it. You get that?
Sure.
You most definitely are. You work with your heart chakra, but your throat chakra is blocked. So what happens is when our heart chakra we're heart chakra most definitely drawn with it, we're afraid to speak up. Does it resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay. With you most definitely, let me look and see. You're very, I don't want to say okay, so I had to teach this with my cousin, my manager, she's my cousin. She's also my student. Don't take everything literal. So if I say you're most definitely broken, you're not broken. It just means that you're holding on to a lot of the past. And you brought it into your nows to the point where you don't know which way to go, who to trust, what to believe. You get that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to ask individually, write one word, without it showing me, one word that has really bothered you through your entire life. One word. Don't write it down quick, because it's actually the opposite of. It could be mother, it could be father, it could be broken heart, it could be love, it could be forgotten, it could be unloved, feeling unloved, forgotten, that's forgotten, truthfully. But one word.
I already wrote mine down.
What word you write down? Yes.
Well, what is, okay, so listen. Think about, what is it that drew you in this class? What was the number one thing that you wanted to hear through a reading? You're getting a reading, by the way, but. What did I tell you in the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's your answer. You get it?
I think so.
There's no wrong question.
There is no such thing, no wrong. There isn't, because
Exactly.
It could be what you're seeing, but you're not really acknowledging what's behind it. When I do my past or life regressions, it's a healing. A lot of the Reiki teachers, they'll walk you into this, but they never teach to acknowledge it, understand it, and then close the door. That means when you're closing your door on something, it means that you're in charge of your now. If we have pain from a loved one, an ex, a child, and they're still bugging you in your nows, you have become the minion, a puppet. You're still stuck in that, oh my God, why do they treat me like that? I've never treated them this way. And then it's because they know how to manipulate. They know how to manipulate. Yeah, I'll read you. They're manipulating the poor me's. But think about it. Are you helping them or are you hurting them? You're enabling it because you're still feeding into it. Especially you at work. When you work, you love what you do, but you also get drained very quick.
Yeah, on certain days.
Huh?
On certain days, definitely.
And it's because at that certain day, on that certain day, what is the one thing that comes at you?
Well, I got it written down here.
Coworker?
Well, I'm a manager.
Okay, but you still have coworkers.
Sure. But it's just, I mean, do you mean to tell me I got it written down?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
She already knows what she
I
had
do.
written down.
Go ahead.
What do you think it is?
No, go ahead, tell me.
It's anger.
Okay, but that's still manipulation of the coworkers.
Yeah, well, it's all
It's all over the place.
all the personal BS you have to deal with people.
What did I just say?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah,
You talk one way, I talk another, but it's
Sure.
still means the same.
yeah, I agree.
But you know what that anger actually means? You know what anger means? When you find yourself mad in a situation, do you know what that means? Because you are pissed off that you can't control it.
Sure.
What do you do when somebody that you love and they really made you mad? What is your first response with that person? Do you throw what are you talking about? Or do you go, okay, well, let's think of something different to talk about? Or are you the person that walks away?
I think it's one of the things that really depends on the day. What type of mood
I
you're in.
know you're reading me.
What type of mood you're in. Sometimes you get.
There's no such thing as a time of a mood. No such thing as a time of mood, because that's when you're most vulnerable to manipulators. Your best number one thing is, instead of wasting your energy and arguing or wanting to change it up, because that's a controller, truthfully,
Yeah.
is to walk away. The less you say, the more they hear you. Especially when somebody's hurting your feelings, stop standing there. They become your energy vampire, and all this energy that you've got in your aura, I see like little wings coming through. They're not yours. It's all the crap that you're holding on to from other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things where, I've always been trying to be fair working with people, and
you are a fair person, but listen,
Mhm.
just because you're fair doesn't make everybody else fair.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the way
that's true.
that you work with unfair people is, number one, you are the boss. You always got to remember that. There's too many chiefs, not enough Indians. So what happens is you have to start putting your foot down without talking. This is what I want done. This is how I want done. Stop worrying about hurting somebody's feelings, because they're hurting yours. But you being an empath is picking it up 10 times fold.
Sure.
And then it really pisses you off, and you're overthinking, and you're slamming things. I already see you.
Well, it's one of them things where, typically what I'll do is, if I get an email or I talk, usually I'll usually now give it 2 or 3 hours before I'll ever answer back.
Absolutely.
And
That's
that way you
another
have
one
a
thing.
time to cool down and think rational. Because the worst thing you can do is...
Well, if you're in a bad mood and you're reading an email, you're going to see it in a different way than what they're thinking.
Sure.
But you being an empath, a sensitive, all of you are sensitive, just letting you know. Most definitely. And that's why things get to you really easy. Very easy. What happens is, okay, I've got an email, I'll open it, but walk away before you read it. Walk away, because you're not giving it energy. You're not absorbing it. If you say, hi, Lorie, I can tell you right off the bat, you got a stomach ache, your left foot is hurting. You see, even though you're not acknowledging it, you actually can. A sensitive empath is somebody picking up the bull crap, the good, the bad, the sad, the sickness, all of it. And then you're looking at it like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And then you're getting all mad. So the thing is, open it up, a letter, a phone call. Hey, how you doing? Hold on for a minute. Release. Put that bubble around you of your favorite color, because you're all over the place. Most definitely copper's all over you.
As long as it's not copperhead.
No, she wants to be sometimes.
I've been told I'm a lightning bolt. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's your attitude. So it's like you're ready to, beat up everybody. You can't do that. So what you do is you hold on for a minute, walk away, and say, you know what? I can sense hope out of this person, or even out of the email, and then you just go back to it. Sometimes somebody will come to me, hey, Lorie, can you help me with this? I just had somebody. Can you help me with this murder case? I would have said yes, but I felt, I was like, nope, I don't owe you anything. This person is gone. I already know for a fact. I'm gonna let you ponder your energy away from me, and then I'll get back with them. So, a lot of people forget or not realizing they're very aggressive, even in their writing. Pencil is close to Mother's Earth, and that's why I say when things just come to you, like, why did I just think that? It's not you. It's a spirit or it's your angels. And it's not going to make sense because it's not about you. It's about somebody else. And when we are awakening or acknowledging our spirituality, because all of us are spiritual. All of us are created as one. I don't believe in religion. Religion separates you from me. We're all as one. I don't care. There's no such thing as someone knowing more than somebody else. We have different jobs to do. We're messengers. That's all we are. You know I can hear you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was lost in a way. She was going this way. So the thing is sometimes, even though we're raised with particular parents, we still find the mannerisms in them when we become adults. So when you're like, well, God, I just sound like my mother, slow down. Because if it's something that used to drive you crazy, understand something, it's going to drive them crazy. I can see you. I've got a holes in my mouth, just letting you know. I always have holes. I don't want drugs in my body, so I suck on the holes to keep the thyroid down. I have a thyroid disease, so.
You're a what?
Thyroid disease. It runs in my mom's side.
Well, mine hasn't worked for many years now, so.
Yeah. Start eating artichoke hearts, and I'm telling you, you will start feeling a lot better. Not the leaf, it's the artichoke heart. Yeah.
What does it do? What does it do to you?
It actually takes the swelling down and the infection out. It's because of the vinaigrette and the artichoke itself. I'm telling you, I've been doing it for a while, and it used to be really big on my throat.
Do you have to take thyroid pills?
I will not take a drug in my life. No, don't want it. I won't do it. I started feeling like I was
It's the red hair, I tell you.
It's the healer. It's how I believe in myself.
Okay.
1988, they told me I had cancer, and I'm telling you straight out, there is no sign. And I wouldn't let a doctor touch me.
You have to be a self-healer then.
I am.
She is.
Sounds good.
I am, and so can you. And I'm gonna teach you this and this.
Okay.
So we have an hour, and I'm gonna teach you all this. And then I'm gonna pull your butts aside and do your little thing. But most definitely, I want all of you to understand we can start believing in ourselves. All right, so change the page. Change the page. I'm a squirrel. I'm all over the place. Change your page. These are your tablets. They will not come back to me. Your tablets. So I want you to remember when things start bugging you out or start, things come to you that you don't understand why, or you're feeling a way, write it with a pencil. That is made from Mother's Earth. So when our energy of our soul is, we're in a bad mood or we're right. The more you write, the more you're releasing it through that pencil. Hold on to your pencil. I'm gonna teach you something. Hold on to your pencil. You're very lonely. You're pissed off at, I don't know if that's a neighbor or not, but you're pissed off about something. See, it's energy, right? Am I right? Something's annoying you about a neighbor.
A neighbor?
It looks like a neighbor. Whoever it is, it's right there. I see you even looking. What you don't recognize, just pay attention because you're doing it.
Okay.
Really? What are you doing? I don't understand.
But when you say that, Lorie, I mean, could it be something though that's be coming up in the future though too? When you
Absolutely,
say that?
absolutely,
Yeah.
because I do see the future, the
Okay,
past,
that's what I
and the
thought.
present.
Because sometimes people don't know and it could be in the future.
No,
I mean,
she's doing it. She's not paying attention that she's doing it, or I would have not got it like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so just let me see you. And most definitely, please start drinking. I don't like these, but it's the only water they got.
Yeah.
Aquafina. All these waters, I can see you don't, I can see all the particles in there. It's magnesium, you've got salt in there, you've got all the other kind of crap. I see it all. I see it and I taste it. Now it is a kind of a clean, but I can taste all that crap.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's sensitive is a sensitive.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Especially that way.
You're worried about your pup. Why are you you're in an argument with somebody or a spit spat about a pup?
Not a dog.
Just write it down after I'm done. You must definitely have lower stomach issues going on. Change your soap that you wash your clothes with. Change it. Go to Arm & Hammer or something with OxyClean. You're allergic to it. You're sensitive. Very sensitive. And you have irritation in the tooth. Over there. So you see, it's energy. So even all that energy, I can read without even touching it, but it's energy.
Can you read people better that has some ability though too, you think?
I read anybody, baby.
Okay.
I can read the living and the dead, and I can read the dying.
So I mean, is there anybody that you haven't been able to read though? Yeah, okay. I didn't know.
All right, think of a best friend that you knew when you were about maybe 6, and I'll tell you what they look like. You're thinking of a girl. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw you. I went into your energy field, and I went into
Yeah,
your...
well, it popped in my
But
mind.
there was a male
actually.
that you first started, and then all of a sudden it went to her.
Yeah, well, this person right here would have been somebody I knew like in the 1st grade.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen again.
And she's a cutie, smoothie. Yes, you
You caught me, man. You caught me, all right?
Look, she is cute.
Snagged. Ooh.
She's even cute and still looks somewhat the same. Now,
I haven't seen her since I've been
you
in
will.
1st grade.
You're going to get excused upon, grow the balls, and you're going to contact her. You're going to look for her. You're going to find her.
It'd be something if it happened.
She's a little heavy.
Okay.
Who cares? She's beautiful. Her energy is awesome. I see her. It's the eyes I can read and the energy. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. And yes, you will find him. When I was talking about a love from the past, yeah. Are you married?
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to talk. You're very beside yourself with that. Yes or no?
What? I'm sorry.
Frustrated.
Oh, with a lot of things, yeah.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk. That's a personal, I do not put your laundry out there. But you're fine.
I want to listen to the laundry. Come on.
Yeah, you're first love.
Yeah, Lorie's soap opera.
You know I post it on the timeline. Lorie's soap opera.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not mine, honey. It's your stuff.
Hey, I don't care. You
I'm
can air it
only
all
the
you
clips.
want.
I'm only the clips. Your laundry's out.
The way I look at it, you can air it all you want. I don't care. Don't bother me nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Stop being embarrassed of your life and acknowledge what is really irritating you. Change it up. Because if you don't, that means that something from the past is still the strings all over you. It's the puppet. You know, so. I hear you. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
You're worried about your mom. Why are you worried about mom?
I think because I've seen such a difference, especially in the last year.
Yeah, but baby, you have to stop worrying about that because when are those from me?
Yes.
They look really good. All right. They were shiny when you were talking. That's why I was like, are those from me? But what we were fearing, we're creating it faster.
Okay.
So kind of like keep mom busy. Like get her into some kind of a, because she's still young, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So get mom into like an arts and craft, or get her hands busy. Because our hands are moving, our brains are actually moving.
Yes.
And you most definitely are very artistic. And I don't know if you do it, but you're very artistic. Very.
I like art.
Yeah, you're very artistic. You need to start trusting yourself and start getting out there and painting. I don't care if it looks, you don't like it, don't get mad about it because you got a really short temper. Don't get your daddy with that. Just letting you know. You take up to your daddy with that. We get mad about something because the ego in us needs to direct it. I don't like it. I'm gonna do it again. Throw it away. Don't do that. Because I don't know why I get Picasso with her, but
I love Picasso.
I get Picasso big time.
I love Picasso.
Well, honey, you need to start getting your stuff going. Because that's actually very therapeutic for you.
I like art too.
Yeah, but you most definitely, I can see you drawing little pencil cars everywhere. In boxes.
I used to draw on
I see
paper.
them. Yep.
But I mean, I like the
But
art
you
museum.
should have been an architect. Like the people that build buildings and
But I
places
could
like that.
believe.
Yeah, because your mind is really, but you're hiding it. Everybody has a Pandora box, and it starts where the soft spot is when you're born. And the older we get, it's like a secret. It goes back there, it goes back there. I see all of them. You cannot hide nothing from me.
It's funny you bring it up because 30 years ago, I took this test and I scored one of the highest I ever seen.
Absolutely. You're a very smart man.
The-
But in your past life, I can see you were a judge. And in this life, well, from that life into this life, is what's going on with you is you felt you were over judgmental. And now in this life, you're feeling, to a point, judged. I don't want to be a bad guy.
I still judge probably more than what I should.
Okay, well, be careful with that, because it could be your karmic. Reason, season, or lesson, karmic. It's more of a karmic lesson for
Well,
you in this
it's more,
life.
be honest with you, it's
You're
nothing-
loosening up a little bit more,
Yeah.
but you've got to remember, as everybody says, oh, Lord, you're a celebrity. I really love you acknowledging that, because it makes me know that you've watched my stuff. But I don't want to acknowledge it, because I don't want to be a fathead. You get that? I'm no better than you. I don't care if I'm on your TV, under your TV, or in your bedroom. I don't care. I'm no better than anybody. I want to be equal with everybody. No matter if I can or can't, I don't care. You get that?
Mhm.
All right, so I want, on the pencils, this is gonna be very, all right, John, come over here, because I want you guys almost, remind me of a star. All right, ooh. Do not let each other see what you're writing. This is gonna be your spiritual, I'm gonna get you to hone into your acknowledging what you're sensing from people to teach you that when you're outside and you're in a good mood, you know what I'm saying? You're getting pissy or you're feeling like you're impatient, what happens is you're picking up everybody else and you're becoming it. Especially you at home. And we are too. All right, so papers up. Don't look at the person, but pick a person in this, out of the three, even me, I don't care. Don't tell nobody. Write a story about what you think about that person. Like you're picking their emotions up or their feelings up, just like you're telling a story. You know what I mean? All right. And do not put their name on it, just don't put their name on it.
Let me erase it.
I saw you. Not literally in the eye. I'll be right back, and I need a hose. It's very dry in that room, isn't it?
Yes.
Very dry.
sounds like it's
This is his presentation, and this is going to be the thing he's going to raise money for.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. I thought it was like messed up. Why is he here? Okay. So you're gonna set up. You're gonna set up his.
I'm going to set up Chris. Come over here, and then I'll probably do it short. I'll probably do it.
These doors are all closed.
What are you guys looking for?
Well,
This isn't going to be busy until 3:30.
no, three. Okay. There's a three. Well, who? Mr. Boo.
He's over here. Over here.
Okay.
He'll be
Yeah.
over here.
He's at 3:00. We're going to go to campus.
And the Bishop
It's
will be
2:30.
full.
Okay. And then we're going to.
And Christopher Mitchell will be here like at 3 o'clock.
Okay. And who are you?
Nobody.
Jason's not. Okay. And what do you talk about, Jason?
Everything, anything. As long as it's very back, you can't hear anything.
Okay.
Actually, here's the thing that I used to
Well, we'll throw a couple of lines.
All right, somebody in here, and it's a woman, is afraid to be very detailed. So, if there's something else that's missing that you really, really, really sense or feel, I'm gonna say in human wild, guess. You're guessing it because it's actually your intuitive insight. Write it down on the bottom of that paper.
Wants to write, no, what, no, he wants to.
If there's something that you wanted to write on that paper, that you were afraid to write it, you're like a curiosity.
That wasn't me.
It's her.
Okay.
It's her. Write it down. I'm telling you, I watched Joe. I was even still in here when I was out there. Yeah. You know what it is. Go ahead and write it.
Not really.
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say, I can't think of anything.
Well,
You're like me.
It
You're
wasn't
very
us.
blunt. I love it. I love being blunt because we're all raised with manners and morals. So there are ways to say something without hurting somebody's feelings.
You know, it's one of the things way I look at it. I mean, the only time I ever lie is not to hurt somebody's feelings. And,
Yeah, but you're a good guy. You really are. You live with your heart. You lead with your heart as well.
Yeah.
But to the point where you're very, you want somebody to understand, hey, look, you've got something in your tooth. You want them to know. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so you're blunt.
But you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't want to,
No,
say something.
you're not a mean person at all. But back in the day, you were very upright. You were very angry to a point.
Yeah, it was a rough childhood.
You rotten child. No, it wasn't. To a point it was. I know, I see it. It was, but you're a good guy. You really are a good guy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to point at the person, and I want you to read it without acknowledging who it's about.
Oh, it'd be too easy to figure out.
No, it's okay. That's a good
Okay.
thing. All right, so when I point at you, I want you to read it out loud and let that person guess who it is.
That's gonna
That
be
means you're going
easy.
to intune yourself in the circle. I'm in the circle now. We're going to intune. Okay, so you first. Don't say the name and don't look at the person, but I want you to read
That's
what you
gonna be
heard.
obvious.
It's okay.
Might not like the job, but loves the dog.
And that's what you wrote?
Mhm.
Okay, and that's all that came to you?
Unfortunately.
Okay, so, all right, so with the other, us four, who do you think she's talking about?
Talking about me.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, but see, when I say go a little bit in detail, like,
I'm not good at this.
well, yeah, tell me what you think of me. Tell me what you get from me, like, you know.
I was looking for a word for you, that you said it, blunt. Because you can just come right out and say things.
Yeah, because that's the healer in me. I would say it, but not hurt you with it.
Non-bullshitter.
Absolutely. Right. But tell me a story of Lorie.
Oh my goodness, a story about you.
What would you tell your friends about me? When you first met me, what did you think?
I was like, wow, because the first thing you said in the hallway,
Yeah.
I would, be like, talk to her.
Right.
I think you could help.
What did you get from it? Right.
It actually was a little scary because I've never had anybody just out of, I saw you for 5 seconds and, you were saying.
Well, your
that.
angel sent you to me, and it's saying.
Well, I'm here for.
Just like her,
I was
just like him.
It's like I was walking around in there.
I saw
who would
him.
I be drawn to?
Right.
To see who I would be drawn to.
Right.
Yeah. And,
But I met
and
you in
then
the
here you
hallway.
coming up the hallway.
Yeah. But when you saw me, what
Twice.
did you think?
At first, I was like, "Oh my gosh, who is this?" At first,
A redheaded demon coming to me.
I'm not a demon unless you touch me at all. But.
I can see that too.
Actually, not really. I actually live through my heart. So if I get mad and I get quiet and I walk away.
You remind me of my sister in a way.
Yeah. I get quiet and I walk away. Because to me, if I stood there and like I did back in the day, argue with you, if you hurt my feelings or you did something to piss me off, you've won.
Yeah.
You've won. That's 2 hits. My daddy always said, two birds with 1 stone. No, you're not doing it. You've hurt me, but you're not getting no more out of me. That would be an energy vampire. I would allow that to get me again and again and again.
I see. I'm bad about that.
You're
know
just
that.
like that.
You
You are
know that.
exactly like that. All right, so John, go ahead.
Okay, loving and caring to a fault, always helping others before herself. She must overcome her past, and it will always be with her.
You or me? Because I got that from me, but
Yeah.
It was her.
Okay.
that's you too.
Yeah.
That's why it's resonating with her too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I knew it was, I could see my name all over it. Like, but yeah. All right, go ahead.
I wrote a paragraph.
But that's what I wanted. Just like him, I wanted it that way. That's why I want her. She reminded me, and I want you to start collecting turtles. A turtle is somebody that actually hides their feelings in the shell.
I've got 3 turtles on my refrigerator. You know that, though, don't you?
Now, why do you think you have those turtles?
I like them.
You like them,
She likes turtle soup. That's what she likes.
No, she don't. But a turtle, we actually, little knick-knack things that we collect, is actually your spiritual soul is telling you there's something going on with you. The turtle has the shell. You're hiding your emotions
yeah.
and your truth. You, what are you collecting?
I like black bears.
Say it again.
Black bears, little bears.
Well, you're most definitely a healer. Black bear would be somebody that's ready to jump at somebody right now. Don't do that no more. Okay. What do you collect? Besides dogs,
What kind of collect?
what's the little things that are around the house that you know you have more than one of?
It'd be paintings. We were talking about art earlier. I
Art.
got paintings hanging on the wall.
So that tells me that your soul, you, needs freedom and you feel stuck.
Well, I need my freedom, that's for sure.
There you go. And I love those shoes, by the way. That is awesome. I want a bedspread of a black. I don't know why, but I do. And I was told that I was actually Martha, the one that did the
All knitted?
Yep, and I want the one where she did it with just a few stars on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Get ready to dish out the money for that one.
I'll make it myself.
Betsy Ross.
Who?
Betsy
Was
Ross.
it Betsy?
Yeah,
Betsy?
that's
Okay.
right.
Oh, yeah, when I'm thinking about it, you said my dogs. Do you really want a dog?
I would love to have one of those babies.
Okay.
But it has to be a girl. Boys drive me nuts. I don't know why, but
Well, you said that she was going to have a white one with black spots on it or something.
I did. Yeah,
So, I'll let you know.
yep. Actually, I'll know before you.
Probably
That's
will.
right.
All right, go ahead, let's read.
Is here looking for something, not really knowing what it is, can feel it but doesn't understand, is so close but closed off, is looking for happiness, place to belong, is unsure but hopeful, ready for a change.
Now, who do you think that resonates with?
Well, I didn't hear all of them.
Or
Sorry.
talk, say it again, but read a little.
I didn't hear the first part of it.
She's got a very light voice. I love her voice. But that's the healer.
Looking for something, not really knowing what that is. Feel it but doesn't understand. So close but closed off. Looking for happiness, place to belong. Unsure but hopeful, ready for a change.
That would be me. That's why I want to hear the first part of it.
Oh. Looking for something, not really knowing what that is.
I'm always a looker.
So who was it that you thought it was? Yeah, her. That's who I saw. Yep.
I knew that was me.
Oh, that's like,
But the thing is, it's funny because it is about you too. Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely.
I've always looked for different things.
Yeah, but it's actually not a thing. It's a true love. It's a love. We like our freedom, but we're tired of being alone. It's a love. It's a love. You have a marriage, but it's become boring. It's become, you have a forgetful, you're feeling like you're forgotten a little bit. Yeah. You're the worker and you're tired. But everybody wants to talk over you, but never listen to you. Okay.
That's some of
That's all of us actually. It's all of us. And that's why I love them, the angels, do what they do. Because this is the reason.
Come on,
Yeah,
back
go
over.
for it.
That way it's the camera come pointing towards you, not me.
Well, they not me. Well, you're the movie star, not me. But yeah, so does that make a lot of sense to you guys of understanding that you're sensing that? You're afraid to hurt somebody's feelings because your feelings do get hurt very fast. You can write your feelings down, like start doing a journal in that book and start writing the things down, because sometimes we get mad, but sometimes that mad actually is not mad, it's sad. You get it? So you most definitely, I want you to start doing a journal. And you have a little grandma here that you look a lot like.
I have a who?
A little grandmother.
Yes.
And she had a journal. A memoir, she said. A memoir.
Yes.
She wants you to start doing it and she'll help you. Yep. You must definitely have a father figure with you. He's always with you, though. Every time I see you, he's with you. He's your protector. Most definitely.
Which grandfather is it?
It's the taller one. It's the taller grandpa that you look exactly like, and I'm getting its mom's dad.
Okay, because I really never met him.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
What we couldn't do when we're alive, we want to do when we're past. But most definitely, I'm just going to let you know, you are the reincarnation of him. So the reason why he's following you is because he knows there's something that in you that he knows that you can do, but you're afraid of it. You get it? Like if you're raised with a family that's constantly putting you down and you're not going to be anything, you're going to amount to nothing, you're going to be, that's what we think. So it's like you have a safe with money in it, but you can only open the door this much. You get it? No. We're in charge of our path. We're in charge of our nows. And the only way that you're going to be able to move forward with it is stop asking for other people's opinions of it. Seriously. Stop. Would you do anything to hurt somebody?
No.
Would you do anything to hurt somebody? Would you do anything to hurt somebody? Why would you be afraid of moving forward? We're not here to impress anybody but ourselves. You get that? If you're not happy with yourself and you're not loving yourself, how do you know that person in your life is loving you? Make sense? He loves you. You know that. You love him. But you want to strangle him.
So yeah, that's normal. That's a
Because
relationship.
you're bored with him. You need to come out and say, you know what? I'm going to plan this and we're going to go and have an adult time. You don't have adult times. You're like this. You're stuck in 4 walls and you're like this. I see everything in there. Everything. Move your furniture around. Change the atmosphere. And it does help. Get rid of a lot of that knickknacks that you got in there, because it's actually giving me a headache on the wall. And that's what happened. Sense of imbalance, pick up, you gotta remember, everything has energy on it. Everything has life. Everything. Question. I can hear you talking.
The question I was going to ask today was, have you met people that you knew that were evil, serial killers?
Absolutely.
That kind of thing?
Yep, and I saw that they were going to wind up dying of overdoses, all of it. Is it my business to tell it? I can see death. I know when you're going to die, how you're going to die, and whatever, your age. But I'm not God. I'm not going to do that. I don't even believe a doctor should do that, because that's already embedded a seed. That person's fearing it, and they've already created it, like I told you. What I do is I turn everything around to the better. If I see something about your health, and your angels will come and they'll channel through, and they'll say they need a different diet, they need more exercising, they need more this and that, to better your life, to prolong your life. If I smell cancer on a person, before a doctor even finds it, I'll tell you, look, you need to keep an eye on this one particular spot, or right here. I actually saved a lot of people. Look for the group. Those that have passed are still here. That's my group. I started like years ago, mentoring people to understand how to hone in on reading books.
What's the name of it?
Pictures. Those that have passed are still here. And there were so many people that came to me that had cancer. So a lady wrote me, and it freaked me out too, because I didn't know that I was that gifted. But I knew, if that makes sense. A lady comes through and she wanted to talk to her nephew that died in the army in the Iraq fight, the Desert Storm. And all of a sudden, he took me from her to his mother. I said, are you the sister of his mom? And she goes, yes, I am. And it's all typed out so you can read everything that was written, because I've never deleted it. And I said, do you mind me reading your sister? Because he's shown me he's worried about her. And she goes, yes, you can go ahead. She had cancer right on the left side of her side. And she goes, no, I don't think so. She just went to the doctors. I took her and they didn't find nothing. I said, listen, I smell it. He put her attention to me. There's got to be something going on. Well, 6 months later, I get a note. Lorie, you saved my sister's life. They did find it 3 months later. So, you see, I'm getting goosebumps from it. So, to me, I can see all of it. All of everything. The death part, I'm not God. I'm not doing it. I don't believe anybody should tell anybody that they're dying, because you've already planted that seed. They're fearing it. Like my father, he was 67 when he died. And he kept saying, he's scared to death of dying. He planted it. He created it himself. Stop worrying about death. Stop worrying about health. Start knowing the right from wrong. Eat better. You most definitely need more walking. Heart issue. Not heart, but more cholesterol-wise. More solids in your system with the rice vinegar. Artichoke hearts. Not the leaf, but the artichoke. You too and you too. Most definitely. Steam your vegetables. More fish in your system.
I love fish.
Yep.
What do you think? Of course, I know I've seen you post on Facebook about, these killers up here in Indiana, those 2 girls and that kind of thing.
It breaks my heart, but you know what? You can't. If you're going to ask me that on film.
Well, I want to ask you about that. The question I was going to ask really relates to that is, why do you think that you receive some stuff, but for the most part, you can't get specific until people...
But that's the thing, I can. But what do we do with that? Because people are actually saying that it was this person when I see that it was somebody else. Because what I do, that person that died, those 2 girls that died, I followed one because the other one was trying to shut the other one up because they were protecting their family. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
So I followed the innocent, the mad one, okay, Libby. I followed her, and she showed me everything. She didn't tell me she followed. I was living her life. I was her. And she told me the truth. Now, what do you do with that with people that are in denial? Or have police to hide it?
Send a
So,
confidential
it's
letter
not
to
that
the
I
mail.
get pieces, I get it all.
Send a confidential letter to the mail saying, hey, this person did it. And they'll
I did, we sent it to the FBI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I thought
But there's
that.
some police in that county that are involved.
Well, they're probably family members or something like that. Or.
No.
So they're keeping the
No,
truth
they're
from coming
taking
out.
this murder and using it as a scapegoat to get what they need with the donation of the money.
Gosh, sounds like politicians now.
Hello. That's why our pockets are broke.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yep, all right, so I want you to ask your questions on what you need direction in as far as what would make you happy.
Questions that would make me happy?
Yeah, tell me what I can do to help direct you to make you happy. And this is shamanism, so this is the healer side. I just had a dog walk by. Somebody's dog died. It's a little fluffy dog, curly, little yellow hair, like a lighter brown and dark brown.
I have a dog, he's not dead. He's,
No, I mean, this is a little bitchy
no,
thing.
no, this isn't my dog
It's
either.
your pup that passed.
Oh, I mean, I had some pugs, that died, when they were born,
They're running around their feet.
They just hit my pants leg.
Yeah, they're probably following me around for
They
sure.
are, they love daddy. They'll be back.
Huh?
They'll be back.
Oh, I hope so.
They'll be back. They'll be back. It's just, a lot of people think like women, when we lose baby, we put blame. But I have 2 daughters on the other side. One's a twin daughter and the other one I lost, right after her. And I said, what was it that I did to lose you? And they said, you didn't do nothing, it wasn't our time. And I'm like, well, explain that to me. And it wasn't their time to be born. But because we have medical that can stop a miscarriage, that's why we're having all these autism, we're having Down syndrome, we're having all this happening, is because it wasn't their time. Tell me one person that you know that has an autism child or a Down syndrome child that wasn't almost losing them. Show me one.
Mm-hmm.
Show me one woman that has an autism child or a Down syndrome child that almost lost them within the early stages of pregnancy. It's because it wasn't their time, but because science can stop it.
You brought up autism. I'm thinking about. I was going to ask you that today. One of my sister's kids think has autism. I don't know if he does or not.
It's not the autism that you think it is. It's an autism of, number one thing, there's a lot of yelling in the house. That child is not liking all that. So what happens is, it's a sensitive ears. It's not really an autism. You get that? It's a boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see him.
Well, they said he had some type of autism. I told them it may not be.
It's not. It's back in the day where it's easier to drug your kid, not to have to deal with it. Or
Well, that's what they're telling me.
I hear you. I'm telling you, her and I are, you too.
Well, that's what I told my sister. I said, you sure about that? Because I didn't think it was.
Have her, hook her up with a healing reading, because she needs to reality too, because your sister is very directional. She's very a drill sergeant to a point.
I don't know, that's probably my other sister.
No, that's that child's mom.
Okay, but she's got red hair.
Yeah.
You gotta think about red hair.
I just want to make sure you're talking about the right
No,
sister.
I'm actually a real redhead. I'm not a meanie. I don't take shit, but I'm not a meanie. I hope it's good, but I don't go.
Well, I guess the only thing I was going to bring up, I didn't know if he was like me and he had abilities, and those abilities
Absolutely.
are the reason
That's
why
why I said hook her up with me.
he's having issues.
And you make sure that you're there when it happens.
Don't people that have like autism or things like that, don't they kind of have
They're
abilities?
most of them
Because
are,
there's,
yeah. Most of them
I think they're
are
more
star children.
connected.
They're star children.
Well, when I was, you probably see this, when I was younger, there was things a lot.
Well, there was a lot of yelling in your house,
Oh, well,
too.
sure it was, but
And
this
the
one here,
ears are the number one, door to our brain. like me, my youngest son, he does not like yelling at all. You raise your voice, he'll go.
Well, there was,
He'll leave.
the reason why I'm bringing it up, because there was a lot of paranormal stuff that happened in our house, and I
Right,
really
I've
think
seen that
it
too.
was due probably due for me,
Okay.
probably to me, from me. Just my way of thinking.
Right.
Because I used to hear people talking all the time. I know dead people were coming to me. And I
So you're a
thought,
sensitive kid. You've always been a sensitive kid, that's
Yeah.
why you became the way you were.
but that's what I'm thinking, maybe he's the same way as one.
Absolutely, yes. Most definitely. You're right in your mom's side of the family.
And that's what I'm thinking, that maybe they're getting us confused with autism.
I think everybody needs I work with the 7 archangels. They laugh, literally laugh at the vocabulary of the humans. We put words the way we want, we put definition where we want, and we put animal where there's not. Your nephew is not an autism child.
I didn't think he was either. I told her I didn't think he was.
No, is not.
The see,
But he is spoiled. So,
they're spoiled.
Okay.
But it's one of them things where I could see a lot of the stuff